Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are doing another art product review. This is an accidental one, believe it or not. I got this set, I'm giving you guys the backstory. The backstory is I wanted some A4 watercolour paper, and at this art supply shop I went to, the Cassart art shop, they were doing a deal to get this set for an extra, I think, £6 on top of the watercolour book, and I was like, well, I might as well give it a try, and it's a good way to have some tubes of paint to top up my travel set while I'm away from my main watercolours. So that's the backstory. Now let's get into it. So this is Cassart London. I haven't heard of this watercolour brand before, but apparently it is a UK thing, hence the London thing. It is professional paint. They are 10ml tubes. There are five of them in the set. They are made in France, and these are the colours in the set. We've got cadmium yellow light, ultramarine blue, sap green, vermilion and Payne's grey. I've actually already put them over here to let them dry, to see how they re-wet and everything. This box reminds me of the Sennelier box of 5 tubed paints, but I don't have that to compare, and it is made in France, so it could be similar manufacturers and stuff. I did Google it, and I watched a review by someone, I can't remember the name, but I will put their channel video in the description. It was the cat art lady. She's great. She's got some good product reviews on her channel. But yeah, so I don't think it's the same formulation as Sennelier, but it might just be similar packaging. That was a very long intro. I'm sorry guys. I opened it off camera because it is a bit hard to open on camera. It comes with this, which is their range of colours in a pamphlet, and in here is the swatches, series number, pigments and names and stuff. And then here are the tubes, similar design to the Sennelier paints as well, with that kind of hexagon lid, but I think even if the tubes are the same, you can still change formulation and stuff, and using a pre-made tube design might actually bring the price of the paint down. Anyway, I don't know, that's just speculation. Let's get on to swatching. That's the more interesting part. I've actually using these brushes for the first time. I got a set of the black velvet brushes, which I'm really excited about. I've heard amazing things about these brushes, so I am excited to try them with you guys. I'm trying to not let my shadow get in the image. It's a little bit hard. So we'll start with cadmium yellow. I'm just putting a little bit of water on here. Ooh, very easy to re-wet. I didn't even have any water sitting on it, so that's nice. Okay, that's the cadmium yellow light. Next we'll go on with ultramarine. Very nice. I'm going to add a lot of water to ultramarine just to see how much it granulates. Ultramarine granulates, well, it varies a lot depending on the formulation and how finely the pigment is milled. Then we've got vermilion. These are wet so easily. I've just been like dabbing them. Yeah, I've had them sitting on this palette for like days, maybe I think even a week. They've just been sitting here. Now it doesn't come up on camera, but this is actually quite a pinky colour. See, it's very pinky red. Sorry, it's out of focus. There we go. Then we've got Payne's grey. This may be a very random order of paints. I can't remember why I did it this way, but we won't question it. Payne's grey looks like it does granulate as well. You can kind of see some texture up here. And then the last colour, sap green. This, I'm always a bit like if there's a sap green in it, because it's usually such an easy colour to make. And with sap green they tend to use ultramarine, which we've already got in the set, so it's like I can easily mix that kind of colour myself. So I'd rather like a brown or something, but colour's a colour. So those are the 5 colours all swatched out. If they're dry in time, I'll do a little line to see how intense, like dark they can get. But I've already sketched out something to paint. This is just some buildings down the road. They're very colourful, so I thought it'd be fun to paint. And I'll hold the camera here so you guys can see my mixing palette. These are just my Da Vinci's on the side there, but we'll ignore that for the moment. Okay, so the first thing I'm actually going to paint is the sky, which is this very drab sky. It's easy to pick up too much pigment, so I've just mixed a little bit of Payne's Grey, ultramarine, and a slight amount of vermilion, and a lot of water just to make it very light. So yeah, I'm using new paints and also new brushes. I'm really excited about this though. I've been looking at these brushes for quite some time, but I never kind of justified buying them. But I decided to get them this time around. There's another set I bought that I've been looking at for a little while. So I decided to get these brushes and that set of paint at the same time. But you won't know what set that is for a little while. I'm really excited about it though. I'll give you a hint, it's one of Schminker's sets. But yeah, I'm really excited about that set. And I bought it as soon as it was back in stock, because over Christmas a lot of things sell out, and by the time I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, I'll get that, and it was sold out, so I didn't get it. But yeah, I guess I can do a very light layer of the buildings. We'll start with a blue. It's very bright blue. Maybe I'll even add a bit of sap green into it. But yeah, these paints are working out pretty well so far. They've been very easy to re-wet and work with so far. I haven't found any issue. This paper is 100% cotton, and that can make a difference sometimes compared to like cellulose or just random paper like that isn't made for watercolour, so that does make a difference. Maybe I will just do that bit blue as well. Sorry, I'm like angling you upwards. My bad. Maybe I'll mix up a little bit more of this colour. But yeah, from the looks, there are some more random sets by Cassart. They've got some half pan sets. There was a very cute travel set that I looked at and was like, no, I don't need that. But this set is quite helpful. If the paints do set properly, we'll find out later how they go with that. Just in like a travel format, if they're constantly wet, they might move around a little bit, but we'll see. But that can be quite helpful with my travel set and topping up colours that I tend to use up, though admittedly that would mainly be the yellow and ultramarine, which I already bought a backup tube of ultramarine. Still, these paints so far have been really nice to use, so that is a really good sign. Especially, yeah, so after I bought them was when I kind of did my research and looked into them a little bit because I was curious. This paper, by the way, is Canson. I think that's how you say it. And yeah, it's been a really good sketchbook so far. It's not my favourite. I prefer it when the paper's thinner, actually, which, hot take. But it's just a bit more flexible and a bit more bendable and doesn't feel as rigid. This is still really lovely though. So we're creating a very dark green here now for the next building. Doing it this way means that the colours bleed a little bit, but I don't particularly mind. Sorry about that, I just skipped forward, but I just needed to give my hand a break. I was getting a bit tired from holding up the phone. I still have yet to figure out the system for this. Just doing a pinkish building here with the vermilion, just using the pure vermilion here and watering it down a lot. Not getting as close to the other building as I have been. It's getting there. It's always fun when there's colourful buildings to draw. I was gonna do this on camera, like the drawing process, but I just didn't end up working out that way, so here we are. It's just another thing to kind of add onto the stress, and I was like, I'd rather just draw this off camera. And then since it's quite a simple sketch, this, I thought maybe next video I'll draw on camera with you guys. I'm just using the pure ultramarine for this building here. It's more of a phthalo blue in the photo, but I don't particularly mind. Creative liberties, right? I've got just some dish sponges here to soak up the excess water that gets on my brush, as I like it. Like a bit of control with the water, and that means just taking off excess water. And it means my water doesn't get as dirty as quickly as well, which is really nice. Alrighty, so the next thing is these kind of weird, not weird, just little things bottom of the building, which is, I'm just using straight Payne's grey. I don't tend to do this often, but sometimes it's just easier. It's a nice way to see how the colour is as well in this kind of circumstance. I mean, I'm not having to think about how to use these paints, which is a good thing because it means they just work like any paint should. They haven't caused me any issues or anything. It's getting there. And now for the window. kind of got a greeny mixture here already, so maybe I'll add a bit of vermilion. Yeah, that can be my window, inside of the window anyway. I'm not being too precious about staying in the lines or anything. Might be easier if I changed brushes, but you know, commit. They don't really have much shading on these buildings, so maybe I'll do another layer of the building colour. Oh, that's bleeding out, but that's alright. Then I've got the doors as well to do. These ones you can't see the windows as much. That's alright. The green wasn't dry, but we'll just kind of blend that out with some water. A clean brush. Red like that never happened. Now the sky, it's kind of the same colour as this building, which I don't particularly like. So what I'm going to do is going to mix more blue. I can't remember what colour I made that. Blue with maybe a bit of Payne's grey maybe. Yeah, so I'll do that for this. Oh, that might be a bit too dark, but we'll see. And we'll leave the door. Oh. And we're getting there. I think that's actually blue. Maybe I can do another layer on the street here. I really enjoy that brown, so that was with a bit of vermilion, a bit of the yellow, maybe a bit more vermilion. And there's kind of a very faint brown there. And we'll just do another layer in the footpath. But I'm not covering it all up. There we go. Just gonna wait for the other layers to dry and then we can continue. Okay, we continue. I actually did do a swatching over top of these to see how opaque they are. The cadmium's obviously gonna be opaque. That's just how they go. The sap green is a bit opaque, but the others are reasonably sheer. Okay, we'll continue with the painting now. Not too much longer to go. I'm gonna do another pink just with the straight vermilion on this building here. I don't mind if it's a bit more pink than my reference photo. Move down now. It's quite a lovely colour, this. Though pinks aren't particularly my favourites. I don't use them a lot. And the doors, kind of a grey, so I'll just mix a Payne's grey into the existing colour on the palette. Add that in the inside as like a shadow. I changed brushes, by the way. This is the number 2. If it's gonna focus. No, it's not. That's alright. Now the tops of these are different colours. This one's kind of a green. The other one's kind of a bit of a black of sorts. Same with the others. And I think I'll do another layer on the inside of the window. Just a rough one, not something to cover up the entire window this time. These paints, I hear you can't really find them outside of the UK as well, for reference. Yeah, I think Cassart might do online, like international stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. You might want to check that if you are interested in these paints, but I think they aren't they are lovely to use, but if they aren't affordable, stick with the paints that are around you. I know, like in America, there are some brands that we wouldn't get where we are and stuff, so it's like, might as well stick with the unique stuff and support local, and yeah, kind of stay curious about what is available. Like Da Vinci is so widely available over there, Quartz from America, Daniel Smith is such a big one, Graham. There's so many amazing American brands, and that's the same with like stuff in Southeast Asia. There's like Holbein, I believe Mission Gold, but I could be wrong about that one. Yeah, so many incredible brands. So yes, this is lovely, but there is, other things around if you can't get access to this. But I think it's looking alright. I think I'll do final touches off camera, then I'll show you the results. Alrighty, so I have finished the painting of the buildings. I'll give you guys a close look. Yeah, the colours have been really nice to use, surprisingly. Like, these are really affordable. I got them in a particular way, like with the deal with the paper, but I think they don't run for much money, considering they are professional paint, as they claim. I don't know the light fastness, like I haven't tested it or anything. This is first impressions, but yeah, it's been really, really lovely to use, and yeah, I'll continue using them. I'm quite excited to see how I find them, see how they go, and yeah, figure out these paints, I guess. I hope this was fun, interesting, and enjoyable hearing about these paints. If you've used them before or heard about them, let me know what you think about them. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.